A long time ago, in a prosperous kingdom, there was a wise and powerful king. Despite having everything, his heart was troubled. His only daughter had grown up, but he couldn't find a man worthy of marrying her. One day, his trusted advisor, the Raj Guru, noticed his worried expression. "Your Majesty, what's troubling you?" he asked. The king sighed. "My daughter deserves the best, but I can't find a suitable groom for her." The Raj Guru, who was an expert in astrology, smiled. "Let me look at her horoscope. Maybe the stars will guide us." As the Raj Guru read the princess's horoscope, his eyes widened in shock. "She is destined for greatness," he thought. "Whoever marries her will achieve unimaginable success. A king will become an emperor. An emperor will rule the world." But as he kept reading, greed took over his heart. Why should someone else benefit from this fortune? If I marry her, I will be the one to rule the world. Hiding his real intentions, he turned to the king and said, "Your Majesty, I have some bad news. While your daughter's destiny is incredible, her marriage could bring misfortune to your family." The king gasped. "What should I do?" The Raj Guru pretended to think deeply before suggesting, "To protect your family, place her in a grand chest filled with jewels and set it afloat on the river. Fate will take her to the man truly meant for her." The king, though heartbroken, agreed. Tears streamed down the princess's face as she stepped into the beautifully decorated chest, lined with gold and precious gems. As the lid closed and she was carried to the river, she whispered, "Where will this journey take me?" Under the moonlight, the chest floated down the shimmering waters, carried away by the currents into the unknown. Far away, a young prince was camping with his soldiers after a long day of hunting. As he washed his face in the river, he noticed something unusual, a chest floating in the water. Intrigued, he commanded, "Pull that chest ashore." His soldiers dragged it out, murmuring, "What could be inside?" When they carefully opened it, they were shocked. Inside was the princess, her beauty radiant even in distress. The prince stepped forward, stunned. "Who are you and how did you end up here?" With a trembling voice, the princess told her story. "My father feared my destiny would harm our family, so he sent me away." The prince knelt before her and said, "If fate has brought you to me, then I am honored to accept it. Will you marry me?" Tears of relief filled her eyes as she nodded. The prince placed a golden ring on her finger, sealing their union. Meanwhile, back in the kingdom, the Raj Guru eagerly awaited the chest. He had secretly told his students, "When the chest arrives, bring it to my room and lock the door. No matter how much I shout, do not open it." When the chest was finally delivered, his heart pounded with excitement. Locking himself inside, he whispered, "My fortune is inside." But as he unlatched the chest, a deafening roar filled the room. His eyes widened in terror. Instead of the princess, a ferocious bear leapt out. The prince had placed the wild bear inside the chest as a trick, knowing that someone might try to steal the princess's fate. The beast lunged at the Raj Guru, who screamed for help, his greed turning into regret. Outside, his students heard his desperate cries. "Should we open the door?" one asked. "No," another reminded. "He told us not to, no matter what." Inside, chaos erupted as the Raj Guru faced the full consequences of his own greed. This story teaches us that greed and deception always lead to disaster, while honor and humility bring true happiness. The Raj Guru was blinded by his selfishness, and in the end, he fell into his own trap. On the other hand, the prince's kindness and respect for fate brought him love, happiness, and a future filled with promise. The lesson? Trust in destiny, act with integrity, and avoid greed. What is meant for us will come at the right time and in the right way. Like if you believe in karma, Comment your thoughts. What lesson did you learn? Subscribe to GENIQ for more powerful moral stories.